So where's the video? So let's find out. Hello, everybody. Hi, it's me, Dee Sparta. Welcome to my channel. This video is a little different, just a little. Okay, what about a whole lot? I have all sorts of stuff on my plate right now for this channel, for videos and research, and it's because I want to do justice to these other K-pop groups and other celebrities or any kind of thing that I'm doing where I, with the astrology and having that information and then, doing videos that are, I would hope, interesting. I hope people like, I've heard, hey, we like hearing about birth charts and the astrology and the zodiac signs and what signs they are and how, see how it kind of relates to them. And it's a lot of work to do these groups, 7 people, 12 people, 14 people, it's like, and so I want to do each one justice, and it's a lot. It's a lot. And I think I started trying, I wanted to get a whole bunch of it all done, and then I was going to, but I think I overwhelmed myself. So I'm going to just shorten just a few. I know people, there's so many different groups you guys are asking me about, and I want to do them all. I need to, I need to have time and to convince myself I don't have to be this perfectionist. That's hard though, folks. And right now the videos also have to do with, right, nothing happened since, I went in for a procedure this week that is my spine and lower back, hip, right there. And it hurts right now sitting. I can't with this. I'm trying to recover from it. Oh gosh, it's hurting. But you can't really. It's hard to be like grounded and aligned with the spirit to do readings when you're in excruciating pain. I'm in pain often all the time, and it has a lot to do with hypothyroidism, and that affects so much in your body. It's your body inside is pretty much attacking itself. It's attacking all my organs, attacking all my joints. It makes it harder to lose weight. It affects your mental health with anxieties, and it affects your weight. And then because I had fibromyalgia, and they're not quite sure exactly what kind of arthritis I have, but I'm on a medication that had me gain weight. That's known for gaining weight and blowing up at 60 pounds because of this medication, and my hypothyroid mixed in with it has sucked. And I had a fell down a few years ago at one of my favorite places, Redfish Lake, but my right leg and everything slipped under me, kind of like twisted. I was in so much pain. It was mind-numbing. But here I am in the mountains in a lake with my family. It's the first day of our vacation, and I didn't get medical treatment. I was like, I'm gonna push through this. I even bought a cane, which I got stolen, lost at Disneyland. But up at the lake at the lodge, and it was beautiful. It had like a wolf carving head on the side of it, and I pretty much just tried to stumble along and not, I couldn't do a whole lot, but I was there. I didn't know the extreme damage that happened. But it like creeped up to the point where I couldn't really use I couldn't even lift up my right leg. I couldn't move it. I was in so much pain all the way up to the hip. I couldn't do anything with it. It was embarrassing because I just couldn't walk, do anything. Um so and I'm going to physical therapy and they're like, this isn't helping. In fact, you're just in more pain and it's not getting any better. And I was trying all sorts of different things. And so earlier this year, I went in, got that procedure. So basically, when I first started doing these tarot readings, I was not mobile at the time. Okay. But I got this procedure done. It it hurts at first, and I'm not going to really notice anything for another few more weeks, but it changed my life because all of a sudden I could start using my leg again and I could move and I could walk. I can't stand or walk very long because I have problems with my hips and they're like crooked and I got no, my joints are worn down, you know. So yeah, it's been kind of sucky, but that shot enabled me to do more, and I was able to go on a trip to Disneyland with my family. Yeah, I did, have use a mobile scooter when I was going around there, but I could walk. I could get in and out of the rides, and not it wasn't endangering myself, So that was fun, and I was able to get out there. But it started wearing off, and so apparently they're like, "It's time to come in again," and I'm like, "It's it's more scary just thinking about what it was what I went through." All of you guys, I have to thank y'all for all this love and support, the prayers, and just sending me the strength and energy and peace through all this. Thank you all so much. I'm getting better. I was gonna try and do some readings today, but I can tell you right now, I just couldn't. I just would be so distracted with this pain and a headache, and because I've been having to stay on my left side, and I can't really sit up or lay down flat. I've been sleeping all awkward, so I got like this massive neck kink that's causing a headache, and that sucks. So I've been dealing with those kind of things. So I haven't gotten to the readings. Um, I'm sorry, folks. I really am. I want to do more. I also am trying to figure out. Okay, so what? Oh, okay. I'm like, someone let me know if I have a new number. I keep an eye on things. My son here is I've got my son and my daughter, and they're at school, or my wife's at work, and someone needs to reach me for some reason. You know, that's how it is. I'm sorry, folks. So I've been recovering so that I can once again get more mobile, and then I'm going to be able to get back into physical therapy in a few weeks and hopefully strengthen these muscles that have gotten lax because I couldn't move for so long very well. I'm like, yay! I'm excited for this hope of recovery. I also got good news. My eyes originally, they were just deteriorating and just getting to the point where it was rapidly getting worse. And there was like, what are we going to do? Because this eye, I'm completely legally blind. This one is astigmatism, so I can't. Everything's a blur. And it was scary when I was told, yeah, I'm losing the vision. It's going to be gone. But miracles do happen. And within a year, over a year, my eyes did not get worse. No, they didn't get better, but they didn't get worse. And that was such good news. So I'm trying, it's like I'm 50. I want to be able to do more. I had my children young in life. And part of the problems with my hip is because giving birth, yeah. I had very ton of hip hole, and they were tiny babies, but still, it got messed up. Yeah, I did. I had them in my mid to late 30s, so they're still very young, and I want to be there for them and be active and be able to go to all their special events. I want to participate in their lives. So yeah, so that's why I don't have any videos for y'all, and I'm working on so much stuff, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to do things, because I see a lot of readers, to other tarot readers, they just come on. You don't see them. You maybe just see their hands, or you see the cards, and there's a voice. And I get that because it takes I'm like, I like to do my makeup. I like to do my hair. So I have fun, with makeup. I tried a new look today with my eyes. I thought that was kind of cool. But it's just even though I'm blind, I'm like with a magnifying glass trying to see. That does take time. So I'm like, yeah, if I did like these others, I could just be in my pajamas and just doing a thing, But I don't know how. I tried doing those kind of videos at the very beginning and doing pick a cards, and I just don't feel, I could do pick a cards, folks. I don't know if it's worth it. There's so many pick a card readers out there. I see other readers that are like, okay, I don't know anything about the case. I don't know about these people. I don't know who this group is. I've never heard of BTS before, but you guys want me to do readings, so I'm going to do these readings on them. And they don't have any background on like the astrology. So it's like sometimes the cards are trying to show you something. The spirit's trying to show them something, but they're not seeing it because they don't have the applicable knowledge to recognize. Okay, So I'm like, do I have to get everything all present? Do you guys like me sharing the parts with the astrology? Or if I'm doing a true crime case or any kind of case, or paranormal, a conspiracy theory, and going into the background of where it comes from, what's going on, what do we know, that kind of thing, kind of like a mini deep dive. Because I see a lot of people do all these, like Swoop and Sloan, they do all those kind of things. But they don't do, tarot reading too. And so it's a lot of work. So I'm trying to juggle. It's like I gotta have the energy, be spiritually grounded and aligned with the spirit to be able to do good readings. Readings with, some depth to them, and also wanting to present what it's about. It's like, I want to tell you what's going on, and let's see what more we can find out, is kind of how I've been doing my videos. And I'm like, am I cheating myself? Am I doing too much work? I've got to do this huge thing on the K-pop industry. I really believe, I gotta say this, this year it's gonna be shook up. It's kind of like I'm seeing with the Me Too movement, where that just rolled out, and things start coming up. Hey, this person did this, and you got Weinstein, and we got Epstein. I can't even say some of their names, or I get demonetized. Seriously, when I've done some tarot readings on them, it's like, sorry, no money. So it's like try and remove their names from the titles and the different tags or something to try and get it authorized, because yeah. And apparently now you can't swear within so many minutes of a video. I don't swear a whole lot. The words do fly out now and then. But I hope the fact that it's not so prominent, but I do just drop a F-bomb now and then or something. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to get demonetized because, duh. And I know for some people, all their videos in the past got shoop. And just all, yeah. So I'm trying to be careful. I'm trying. And, but with this K-pop industry, it's like, I'm not wanting to swear here. I want to. It's going to blow up. Things are going to come, it's like, we've seen some scandals. We've seen, the Burning Sun Club. We've seen little bits and pieces. And we're getting the view like, okay, we see what happened with Omega X. Things that have been kept quiet can't be kept quiet so much anymore. K-pop has expanded more and more worldwide, and we do have BTS who pretty much has broken that. Yes, there are people who helped pave the way for BTS's success. Psy and Big Bang, these kind of, they definitely have had a huge impact. But because so many more eyes are on BTS, there's people are like, well, what's going on with these? What's going on with the military? And is it safe? And it's putting a lot of attention on South Korea, their government, and the whole K-pop industry. And people are curious. And they will dig up and research and find what's really going on and bring it to light. And that's one of the things that having the internet, having YouTube has helped bring out, so people know and see what's going on. And I started seeing this woman in a lot when I was like doing Stray Kids, Blackpink, and when I was covering, who's coming up next and BTS, I started seeing. Now in BTS, we always joke. There was the joke, the evil emperor, and he's over there in Hybe, and he's been just taking advantage of the boys, and he's trouble, but. Beyond him, I keep saying there's a woman, this energy of a woman. Just she is pulling the strings. It is things that are. I'm seeing some of these stars like being used as an escort service to special VIPs and different even government officials and other celebrities. It's sickening. I'm seeing a lot more abuse, and I see this woman is behind a lot of the scandals and is a problem and is kind of like behind a lot of, it's and I mentioned her, and people have come out, and I've gotten a few little look into this person. Don't give me credit. Don't reveal it was me who told you. And I started saying this, and I'm researching this person, and it's not looking good. She seems to always be in the background of different scandals. Somehow can be linked. It's kind of like so many degrees out, boom, there she is. Whoop, there she is. No, I'm sorry. I didn't make that joke. So I want to get into that. And I want to also get into some of the stuff that's going on and what's going to happen this year. This video is going to be too long, what I was making. And so I'm like, how do I break this down? And also, do you all want me to, I need to know, I'm going to put a poll, to continue providing with you the astrology on whether it's K-pop stars, celebrities, criminals, you name it, on people that I'm doing the readings on. Do you want me to go in depth into that with you still, or would you prefer me just to come on, like Aphrodite? Okay, I'm not going to knock him at all. He is great. He is good. He's a lot younger than me, so we got a little bit of different perspectives. But often now and then I'll take a look at some of his videos and go, oh, we have seen, we're seeing the same thing. So it's kind of nice when I see someone, else that's out there and they're like, I don't know what I'm seeing, but this is what I saw, and I don't understand it. And I'm like, I was feeling the same way. And it's like, okay, so I'm not off course too far what I was seeing. He just jumps in, he's like, I read a wiki page and hopefully that's enough for me to do this reading. I don't know what you guys prefer. I need to know so that I can manage my time and these videos for y'all. I want to do more true crime. I want to do more paranormal and conspiracy theories. However, when I do anything K-pop, my audience has grown so much on the K-pop side. And I look at the views and the time watched and I'm like, and I love K-pop, okay? Let me make this clear. I do, okay? If you can't tell that, like, I love BTS, I am ARMY, and so I really enjoy doing videos like that, but it's like, how many of them can I do? It's like, okay, let's go through this for this month. What's going to happen? And I want to bring more new content or, something. I want to know what exactly, want. Do you want me? I could do some love lives of K-pop artists, we could do that. I could just not do the whole information, because I do the intro information. Sometimes it's astrology. Sometimes it's like what the case is about, the situation. And then boom, do the readings. Do I cut out anything? Do I continue how I'm doing? I need your input, folks. I'm getting better from my procedure this week, and I want to sit down. I have a list of things to do the readings on, and I'm not feeling inspired, I guess. I'm like, but I've done one similar to this recently. Why would I do it again? I'm questioning myself. So hopefully this video, some of you actually do watch it and see what I'm talking about. I want this year to grow, and I want to streamline and focus on my video. I have a hard time letting go of the true crime readings, but I'm not getting enough views compared to the amount of work that those kind of these readings do, not just emotionally, oh, but the research that I present. It's like, should I just not do any research and just go in cold turkey? I don't mind doing that. And I know, I just think it's best to have a good idea about, the surroundings, the circumstances. So when I'm seeing something, I'm like, wait a minute, what am I don't understand this. I don't, but if you have a point of context, such as knowing what the person's about or what happened, then you can be like, okay, now I'm understanding what I'm seeing. It's hard to explain. People want me to talk about how to do readings, and I want to do those videos. Do you want me to do videos like that? Do you want me to do videos talking about how to study and learn astrology? Do you want me to do videos about how to read cards and how do you know who you're listening to spiritually? Do you want me to react? I gotta tell you, I love doing those kind of teachings. I love teaching people. And if this is something you want, I would totally get into it. And, I was teaching my son tarot and it just clicked with him as I showed him. It was like, this makes sense. So, these are little things. So let me know. And there's something else I have a lot of decks. And of course it keeps growing. And yeah, I do you circulate. It's like certain decks seem to drawing me to them. Or if I'm doing the certain types of readings, I'm kind of drawn to a certain deck. But I'd love to talk about some of these decks that I use and to give you ideas why, I choose this for this and this for that. And what, do you need to have a lot of decks? No. I just have collected a lot of decks over the years. I'm 50. I'm going to be 51 in May. Yes, I'm Taurus. Oh, let me tell y'all a story. So, yes, I am a Taurus. Now, I was told by my dear mother, my time of birth was supposedly about 5:21 in the morning, which would make me Aries rising, right? Okay, well, I'm explaining where I was born in Granada Hills, California. Yeah, okay. So, however, I had to get my birth certificate. I'm missing my birth certificate, and I needed it because I needed to get a new ID. My ID had expired, and they're like, "Well, you can't use this expired ID to get a new." I was like, I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Because I used to be able to drive because I used to be able to see well enough to drive, and then I couldn't. So it was like I haven't, I didn't renew my driver's license because I'm not driving. So I wanted to get an ID. And I needed an ID, a new special ID because I was flying out to California with my family because we were going on vacation and it was awesome. But so I get the birth certificate so I could get all this get everything documents I need. And I look at it and I'm like, well, that's not the time my mom said I was born. She was a couple hours off. And I'm telling you, there's just like a 2-hour window for rising signs. That's why you need that time. And now I'm like, I'm a Pisces? I kid you not. So I'm like, okay, that's something I didn't know. I mean, I thought Aries, I was like, I guess I have Aries energy in me. But no, Pisces does definitely fit better because I'm like, but I'm always drawn to the water and the earth. So being Taurus and rising Pisces just makes a whole lot more. There's things that make sense. I was like, oh, my moon sign, where the emotions are, and intuition is, and all that, and how you respond to things. That's Sagittarius. That's that fire sign. So there's fire. I got earth, fire, and water in my three main signs. But I just learned I was actually Pisces. It's kind of like all my life here, I thought I was an Aries rising. Mom, how come you didn't know the exact time I was born? No, I love my mom. Even though we are not, they chose to leave me. She and I are trying to, I've always left the door open for my parents and my family. I'm like, you know what? You guys can walk away and shut me out, but I'm still going to be here. And if you can change your mind, I will welcome you back. That's how I have had to deal with this whole Lucy. You got to realize that time period. Oh, honey, let me tell you something. All right, story time here. And it can be like really depressing, but it's also kind of cool. But to understand, so I gotta tell you, 2015, 16, and 17 was like some life altering things happened to me. And I'm just like, and I'm still afloat. And then, I look back in around 2005 and wow, there's like a every 10 years. I don't want to deal with crap every 10 years with that. But it's when I got finally free from a very abusive marriage. I was beaten. I was left for dead. He had a friend rape me. Yeah, I'm using the words, but I went through a 2 month period. I ended up having to have my gallbladder removed and having to be hospitalized and almost die of pancreatitis because the way my ex would hit me and kick me was right there at the pancreas. So while I was in the hospital for all this, he is planning me getting raped. I'm home from the hospital. He's gone. He's out of state, but his buddy shows up. Just seriously, folks, that was just like a whole. By that point, when I didn't realize it was him behind the rape, but he was being really mean to me, trying to recover from surgery, threatening to kick me and hurt me where I had my gallbladder removed, where I have all these bandages and everything. If I bothered him at all while he was playing his football game thingy on the PlayStation. Madden? Yeah, Madden football. I kid you not. So by this point, I'm plotting my way to get divorced. But then the rape happened, and I was like in a downhill spiral of fuckery here, And yeah, and but I got out of that, got free from that really fast. It was like in 2 months, a whole shit happened, and the next thing I know, he is attacking me, and neighbors see this, and I am left for dead. I had been strangled, passed out, and had my head and everything slammed against the wall. So I was out. Police found me. neighbors had called the police. Thank you guys. Um, and at that moment, it was like, I'm never going to see that motherfucker again. And I left Whoop, that night, He had taken off, and I guess he actually had the nerve to come back later that night while my parents were there and other people were trying to help me grab a few things to leave. I could only grab what I could carry with me. I'm glad he did it. Okay, so that was a bad time, right? Yeah. There's some darkness going on in there, and it was actually finding out I was pregnant with my son when my whole life I couldn't get pregnant. All of a sudden, here I am. And the bio dad was not my ex-husband, okay? Thank goodness. Now, my ex-husband and I had been, it was in 2004 when this happened. Because by 2005, I've been trying to serve him the divorce papers, and the scoundrel had skipped state and was hiding. It was a mess, okay? So we were apart for over a year. And, I end up meeting somebody young, cute, and, the whole, it's not only 99% protection. Yeah. I found myself pregnant. But on my whole life, anytime I did get pregnant, I miscarried. I lost the child, or I couldn't get pregnant. So this time, when I found I was pregnant, I chose to have him. And I'm glad I did. He saved my life. He made me want to be physically and mentally well so that I could be there to take care of him. I thought it was just going to be me and my little dude for the rest of my life. I was going to be happy with that. So, I've been through some shitstorm times, right? Okay. Yeah, and I've gone on around. But we're going to get to this other shitstorm. So, it all begins 2015. Presidential elections. Okay, the presidential elections. I mean, not elections, the debates with Hillary Clinton and Trump. And we'd already had one, like one or two of the debates. And then there was the debate where they weren't having to stand behind a podium. It was more like a town center meeting. And you noticed that Trump kept hovering over Hillary and kind of these intimidation. It was kind of crazy watching this. But the whole debate was very frustrating, very upsetting, and scary. And at the time, my wife was not out. Now, we had started a drinking game with this debate. And we had some nice whiskey. I think it was Maker's Mark is what we were drinking. And, well, we ended up drinking a lot. She got really drunk. Now, there were things I started noticing more and more this past year. Like, I could tell that there was something she's been wanting to tell me, but was holding back. I had a very good idea what it was. Because since I met Carissa, before they were Carissa, I kept saying, you're not like other guys. You're like a woman. I would always, that was so clear. I think we got into such a good relationship and we clicked so well, but there were things about her I'm like, oh, and people were talking, oh, my husband does this and this. And I'm like, mine doesn't do anything like that. That's so odd. And I started noticing differences and how, feminine, I guess you could say. I can see a little girl in her pretty much. And so here we are drunk, and it's scary what's going to happen to America, because we didn't know what was going to happen. We don't know. But she looks at me and tells me they're really a woman. And I just looked at her, and all I could think of is, yeah, it's about time you came out, you know? And she's like, this was not the reaction. Because how many times you see it where it causes a lot of rift? Now, I will tell you, this was not an easy adjustment, though. Even though it was one that made sense, I wanted to be supportive of her transitioning and be there. There was a part of me that had to grieve the person I had thought I was married to. And it's really hard to describe that, but I had to, it was like, I'm not losing, I'm not going to use her dead name or anything, but this person, I'm not losing a husband, She's still the same crazy, wonderful, beautiful person and intelligent and fun. I'm like, well, how is this gonna change the dynamics of our marriage? And there was like all this stuff, and I just, so I had to adjust to all this. So I'm going through all this, right? Okay. And I'm being supportive, and I'm thinking when we come out to my family, and they seem to be supportive. We come out then to Chris's family, and there was like, what? And there was a little bit of it was like, I don't understand. I want to understand, but it was, and I could also tell they were like, why didn't we know sooner? What's going on? And we weren't sure if they were really going to be supportive, but they were trying. They were trying to understand Carissa, and they didn't want to misgender her. While all of a sudden, when she feels comfortable to come out publicly in 2016, I get a midnight text from my dad telling me it's over. I'm pretty much, they will have nothing ever to do with me again as long as I remain married to Carissa. And of course, they were dead naming her and misgendering her. And I'm like, holy shit. You messaged me in the middle of the night? Dad? I was mad. I'm like, how can you do this? How can you just suddenly, here you are, a pastor, and you're always teaching about love, and you have friends and people who are gay and transgender, and yet when it comes to your daughter, also, because all of a sudden I'm forced to come out as bisexual, or pansexual is what the young kids, but I'd always been bisexual, folks. I mean, it was that, I've known, people, it's like, I'm attracted to a person, not their gender, it's the person. And I don't, it's just, I can't imagine it being any other way, because that's my way. But I do know some people are like, no, I like this or this. I get it. We all are different. But her coming out, all of a sudden, boom, I hadn't thought, I guess I'm out of the closet now. And I just rolled with it, because in order for me to be supportive of my wife, yeah, people are going to find out, hey, Dee's queer. So I'm dealing with this, and then my parents leaving, and I'm still trying to hang in there, and I'm worried about our two children, and how is this going to affect them? Well, these little guys, I'm telling you, Gen Z's just like, okay, so dad's actually a mom. Okay. And it was like, y'all are okay. There's no questions, So there's Mama D and Mama K now, and that's how we are. And and Carissa's parents, they have come on fully on board and accepting all of us as a family. I know we started seeing more and more of their accepting and being public about it after my parents took off, So yeah, this is 2016, and by 2017, you see, I was a J cup, folks, breast wise. Right now, I think I'm like a D, maybe double D, and I'm happier um, with a lot less. But that was 6 months of bed rest. So I was dealing with all this, all this stuff going on, and it's been hard, you know. So finally, it's like 2018, things are starting to look brighter. 2019, oh, it's okay. And then 2020 hit, and that was hard. But it was also, um, I got to really just, just to get my family closer. We kind of all isolated together, my in-laws and I. We were like our own little pod. Yeah, so I was really grateful to them then. But yeah, so yeah, back in those times, that was a crazy time, those 3 years. So here I am once again, and I'm dealing with health issues, and I'm trying, but I'm getting healthier, and it's a lot easier, and I'm in a better mental headspace, and I'm seeing like how, okay, yeah, I can handle this, and yeah, I still stress out, and I get worried. And yeah, I'm worried about my channel. I don't want to lose this channel. I don't want to stop, but I also want to make sure that I don't lose the joy of being a YouTuber. I see so many people have done it, and after a decade, they're just like, I started, I think, doing like craft videos and then makeup, and it's evolved over the years. But I finally hit something, and I finally was bold enough to go, you know what? Why aren't you using your gifts to help others? And that's another reason why I do the readings. And that's important to me. It's important to me that some of y'all can feel comfortable enough to come to me and be like, hey, can you do a reading? I'm in this situation. And I'll do them, folks. I do. And I love coming on live and doing tarot readings for each of you. And although, I could, like others, be like, you have the $10 minimum, pay me and then I'll do a reading. And some are like $50 minimum, nothing wrong with charging. But my heart is, I want to help others. I want people to know you're worthy of love. You really are. And life can suck, but it does get better. And you do have good things can come. And if I can give hope to any of you out there, that's important to me. So that's why I do these readings. I had tried to start doing those pick a card, but I just didn't feel like I was connecting with anyone. And not having my face on the camera, I want you all to connect with me and see who I am and see, maybe, see my energy and, know who is this person behind the hands and the cards. And I have chosen the route of going live and doing free readings. Now, I can usually only handle a half hour to maybe an hour. The last time I did a live, it was an hour and a half. And I was out for the rest of the day. I got to tell you, that was draining. But it was so much fun. I had so much fun with all of you. And yeah, now that more and more people are coming to these free readings, I do have to limit one question per person. And try and I really wish I had a moderator to help me moderate and see who's next, and be telling me in Discord, don't forget this is this reading for this person. That would help me, because I'm trying to do it all on my own. And that's another thing, doing the research for the videos. If I had help with the research, oh my gosh. And then, then I have to edit everything. Yeah, it's folks, it's a lot. And I do it all on my own. In fact, all the graphics, cheesy as they are, they're mine. I actually did go. I've been Bible college. I'm a theologian. Um, BS in theology. I always laugh at that because it's a Bachelor of Science, but I'm like BS of theology because some theology is a lot of BS out there, right? Okay, just I gotta stop there. So yeah, got that. So also, my mind just went. This is my hypothyroidism, and where you short term memories that don't exist. It doesn't. Ah! But no, talking about I want to do these readings for y'all, and having someone to support me, to help me with a lot of the administrative work. Whoa, boy, that would be wonderful. But I don't really know who to reach out to, because I have, the people I know are so busy, and I can't pay anybody for this because I am not I have enough money to have a nice home and have vehicles and food and be able to, do a lot of things for my kids. My kids come first. My kids do. My kids have a better iPhones and computer systems than the moms do. We know this, Chris and I, but we want our kids, we don't want to spoil them, but we want them to know they're important to us. And, if I don't need the newest iPhone, but yours broke, so instead of me going, here, take mine, and I get the new one, I'll go ahead and let the kid have the new one. It's crazy, right? I'm that kind of mom. My kids come first. So I don't have, like, extra income that I could just put aside to play. I don't make that much on these YouTube videos. This month I'm hardly, because I haven't been able to do much because the holidays and my procedure. I have not been able to keep up with the videos. So it's like, oh, I've made $30 so far. And so, you only get paid if you hit 100. So it's like every other month I'll get like a check, I'll get a deposit. And my Patreon, I make more money from there a month than I do over here. And just to point that out. And my patrons, you guys rock. You guys are my rock in so many ways. I love that I could just go into Discord and be like, yo, this is what I'm going through. Or, hey, have you seen the news on this topic and this? And just dishing it all out. I love it. I love being able to have that contact. I got DoorDashed food, and I don't know what they were thinking when I got what I got, because I'm like, a grilled chicken salad with balsamic dressing is what I ordered. I get this little box, I open it up, and it's got some shredded grilled chicken. That's it. I was like, but I was paid for an entire, I charged for the entire salad. This, DoorDash comes to me and I'm like, I did get my money back, fortunately, on that. But that one, I could just go to my Discord and just gotta be like, yo, you're not gonna believe what just happened. And I can share these crazy stories. And I love it. I also, on my virtual world, I hang out in Second Life. Yes, I even did a video of showing you the little town that I'm hanging out in. Right now, we're going to be role-playing a story where aliens, yes, the town is being attacked. Excuse me. Wow, I've been having asthma attacks last few days, which also has been leading to the migraine headaches. And it has to do with the air quality right now here. When it gets really, really cold, and winds are blowed into the valley, dumping all the bad air from from Oregon and California. It gets into this valley, and when it freezes, when we get all of a sudden freezing weather, it freezes all that bad air down below. And it's awful. It's an inversion. It just sucks. And breathing for me is really hard, which is another reason why I haven't been able to do the readings, because I've been having struggles. Yes, when I was born, I could not breathe well. I couldn't breathe well on my own. And so I spent the first year of my life in one of those little incubators and breathing tubes and everything. And then, of course, I got pneumonia while I was, yeah. And so I have really bad respiratory issues. I've talked a lot about my health and those problems, but I want to tell you something. I'm glad I'm alive. I really am. I'm glad and I am grateful to our Creator that they have helped me and get me through all these times and have the right people in place for me. And because, like right now, this time of my life, yeah, I've got dealing with stress. I'm dealing with a lot of things. And being a mother to teenagers right now, a preteen and a 16-year-old, let me tell you. And my 16-year-old, I kept trying to get help for him. And doctors, once again, no one was picking up that he has ADHD. Now we're trying to get him medicated and doing things. And then when pharmacies mix up and don't get the meds, and he ends up going through withdrawals, it's been a hard year. But at the same time, I've seen some good positive changes in him, and it's helping him. I love him. And my little preteen, man, she's going through puberty now, and it's just like, my kids are all growing up. But I'm happily married. I'm married to the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. I want to grow up and us be two little old ladies sitting on our porch drinking our unsweetened tea, because I don't like sweetened tea. And yeah, so So, in the long run, folks, I need your input. I'm going to be putting up polls in the community page. I might put some out on Twitter. Please let me know what it is you want more from me. Do you want me to do some story times? I got stories. Oh, Lordy. I grew up in Los Angeles, folks. Have I got stories? There were so many times my mom would be like, people would not believe most of the stuff that we're doing or people we know and how we're hanging out, because it just is not, in the rest of the world, that's not the norm. But when you grew up in the middle of the entertainment industry and your family is heavily involved with that, and also my dad was in the military, Air Force, and so you got this whole military and entertainment. Let me tell you, growing up is interesting, because there's stories I could tell you. And I started remembering and going into these stories because my kids, like a year ago, sat me down and they were like, "Mom, we want to get to know you better. We want to know you and what you did when you were younger, what you liked, and what life was like." So opening up and remembering the good stuff and not focusing on the bad things in my childhood and some of the but it was like, you know what, I've lived a good life. A full life. And so yeah, I can, the stories are coming back, and I'm remembering, I don't have any of my old journals. They were taken when I left my ex. Yeah, I don't know why he took a bunch of my stuff like that. In my photo albums and things like that. Things that are more special to me, he took. And that was shitty. Right? Anyway, I would rather not have those things and be where I am now than to have those things and be back in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. So, folks, I need, and if you can help me out, and like I said, I can't pay anybody. I don't have this extra income from this channel or my Patreon that to give. I mean, I've been using that money that I do get, and it's like, kids, what do you want to do? You know, want to buy a video game? Want to go do this? You know, I end up using it on them. I don't mind at all. It makes me happy. My wife and I will go out on a date, and the next thing you know, we're shopping and picking out stuff for the kids because we love our kids. Being a parent, I'm being Gen X, my wife's a millennial, and then I have my two little Gen Zers, and I gotta tell you, this house is, whoo, man, we've all have different weird experiences in our childhood. You know, it's like things that I was experiencing in high school. My wife is like a baby, and in elementary school, it's like, whoa, I know, crazy, huh? So yeah, I wish I could, but if anybody can, please drop me a line. Like I said, some of y'all, I am serious. When you're messaging me, do not worry about it being a bother. You are important to me. You are not a bother. You took the time to reach out to me. That's special, and I want to let you know, thank you. And if I can answer your questions, I do my best. And if you're sharing information, it's wonderful. And sometimes I can't always keep up a long conversation because I've got a bunch of things. And I also like my Discord's going poop, 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 and it's my wife and my kids and everyone going, what are we doing about this? What's dinner? And I'm like, we're going to have frozen chicken Alfredo, folks, at this rate, okay? No, we've been eating well this week, especially for my wife's birthday. We did big old sushi. Oh, it was so good. And prime rib, and it was delicious. Yes, so, you know, like right now, we're going Stouffer's. Frozen. I'll cook, you know, we'll put it in the oven and bake it at least, you know. But no, like, you know, my wife has also made steak this week for us with, you know, au gratin potatoes and green beans, and it just, so we do eat well. But today, neither Chris or I are up to cooking anything. So yeah, we're gonna just, but I ramble so much. I love you guys. But what I'm trying to say is, please, even if I don't get back to you, or if I get to you and then all of a sudden I'm quiet again, please know I am juggling so much and I'm trying to keep track of so many things. But you're important to me. So no, it is never a bother. If you were really bothering me, I would probably just say, hey, yeah, I probably wouldn't continue talking. Or no, because I would continue talking. If you were really bothering me, I would just say, hey, I can't right now. Can we, you know, I'll let you know. Give me a day or so when I find some time and I'll get into it. And it's not really that you're a bother. It was just, I see the message. I don't want to leave it on unread. And I don't want to leave it on read because my phone flashes it. And so everyone thinks I read everything. And I haven't even seen it. So I'm trying to, you know, And people are like, you can turn off the notifications, but then I don't know when I'm being messaged. And yes, every day I check the extra messages where, if you're not following, or, this person's trying to reach out to you on Twitter, Instagram, and it's like, oh yeah, I'll check the other hidden messages, because sometimes some of y'all gets lost in there. And I'm like, pull them over to my primaries. I do. I never leave you guys out. I put you in my primary box so I can see it. You guys are important to me, is what I'm trying to say. I love you all. So, with that said, let's end this video and let me know, do you want more K-pop? Should I? Thing is, I've worked so hard to get this channel up to this many. If I start a different channel and put all that other stuff over there, I'm still doing double duty work, and then I'm having a channel that I have to rebuild. And I'm almost at 3,000 right now, and I am getting so excited, and I don't want to. I want to focus on one and do my best here for y'all. I want to keep doing this free readings. Please know, when I do say this, I do appreciate any donations that you can give. Anything is wonderful. I have an Amazon wish list. If you want to just buy something from there, it'll be shipped directly to me. I know most of you guys are international. That's why I don't expect payments. I recognize that. And what you can do for me is get my videos watched, share them, because then I do get more. YouTube will show me more in their algorithms, and I will also start, maybe making some money on this channel too, which would be nice, because then I can upgrade things, pamper myself some more. I don't do enough of that lately. I just don't, and I need to. So anyway, folks, just remember, I don't want to pressure anybody into money, but it is needed. But as long as I can keep doing this to help you all and do it without this expectation that you pay me, I'm happy. I really am. And I want to keep doing that, because I'll say it again, y'all are important. Every single one of you. So remember, I love you. Please be kind to yourself. And be kind to others. We don't know what everyone else is going through. Some people say, oh, Dee, you always got a smile on your face. But inside, I'm like, I can't move. I'm in so much pain, and my mind is going off on all these different things. I'm stressing. I'm juggling this, and this. And I just go, whoa, but you wouldn't know. People would just assume, oh, you just have a happy-go-life. Yeah, no. I'm human, folks. I have my ups and downs just like you. So remember, be kind to yourself and be kind to others. We just don't know. Yes, I will see you around.